lucky that we've actually been joined by Assistant Educational Advisor of NCC. He is Mr. Suhail bin Aziz. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Congratulations.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ji. Congratulations to all Pakistan. The dream is becoming true now.
Right.
Long-awaited
About
destination
time.
is coming. Yeah, this is the right time.
Exactly. Thank you very much for joining us. Sir, before we actually talk about the objective behind this One Nation, One Curriculum or Single National Curriculum, there's one more thing which I would love to talk about, and that is that we are talking about Single National Curriculum from grade 1 till 8th grade, right? That's if that's correct. Or 5th, okay. So 12th, okay, 12th.
Yeah.
But while we were conversing before the show, you told us that, okay, so
This
from
phases.
Phases.
so there are phases. One, we want to know about that as well, you know, how these phases are going to get along. And that for all of those students who are actually studying, for example, if somebody's in grade 4 or grade 5 or grade 6 for that matter, so if they're going to promote it to the next grade, they will then automatically be shifted to the single national curriculum, or they will have to go through the way they're going already?
Thank you very much. As Rafiq Tahir Sahab just said, congratulations for these programs. You know, these programs are basically on health and education, and we don't see so much coverage on health and education in our mainstream media normally, mainstream channels. So congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
Secondly, when it comes to single national curriculum, no curriculum can be just developed in isolation. So it's always, you know, construction of something available. So 2006 curriculum was the base.
Okay.
And then there were certain studies, it was checked for example, compatibility with 21st century, and then compatibility with the global curricula that are available. For example, all over the world, if you see in Pakistan, it's very famous, the Cambridge curriculum. So there was a research study with Cambridge curriculum. There was another one with Singapore, because that's a model in Asia and all around the world, you know, almost #1. So these were the ones. And then phased approach, yes, that's very, very important. You cannot just implement whole curriculum from grade 1 to grade 12 in one go. So it was a very well thought out plan that it will go in 3 phases. So the first phase that we have recently finished is grade pre-1 to grade 5. So from this year, we are going to implement, this government is going to implement grade pre-1 to 5 in all schools, as Rafiq have said, public schools, private schools, and Dini Madaris. And then from next year, that is 2022, academic year 2022, so it will be for 6 to 8, and 2023, that will be the phase when grade 9 to 12, so that will be implemented there. And again, in all streams of education, so it's not only for, you know, that's why it's called single national curriculum.
And you'll make sure everyone complies to that.
Yeah, obviously.
The main part
How can
is,
you
you
make
know,
sure?
Yeah, this is the main part is, you know, federal government, again, they say, and Minister Shafkat Mahmood Saab, again and again, he has clarified this, that we are not going to impose anything.
Okay.
So the point is, they're adopting it themselves, and the, that power comes from this thorough consultation from the very beginning. All the private schools, they were on board, and they're coming in, you know, they're gathering with public sector experts, and they're sitting together, and they're developing this curriculum, and then they have this confidence tomorrow when they are applying it in their schools, so there won't be any trouble. So in fact, it will be a cause of, you know, removing this disparity, and people will be having, you know, same.
So I think that, you know, pretty much we are aware of the objectives. So it is One Nation, One Curriculum as well.
But what kind of research otherwise? Because when you're involving so many stakeholders, and not only on one level, there's provincial level, there's, well, tribal areas, federal level, whatnot. So what kind of research?
There were different layers of research, as the first one was obviously before starting the development of curriculum.
Okay.
And that was, you know, that was to just align our curriculum with that model where we are not talking about only knowledge, but we are talking about skills and attitude.
Okay.
So these are the 3 domains which are very much there in the curriculum. And then secondly, when you involve that many stakeholders from different stratas, you know, I mean, there is a overwhelming number of female participants are there, so they are bringing that empathy, that feeling, everything. Then private sector, the elite schools, as we call them, but they're foreign certification schools, for example. So when they're coming into it, the low-cost private schools are coming into it, the representatives of Madaris are coming into it, and obviously the minorities. For example, Sir has very rightly said that names have been changed, but more than that, another thing that's happening for the first time in the country, in the history of Pakistan, Till date, we were teaching in lieu of Islamiyat, we were teaching them a subject that was called ethics or ikhlaqiyat. So
Okay.
people used to say whether ikhlaqiyat is only meant for non-Muslims or so.
Oh.
So now that there is a huge change, and what happened for the first time, there is a curriculum for 5 minority groups, 5 religions that has been developed.
Okay.
So this is Christianity, this is Hinduism, this is Sikhism, Baha'is, and Kalash.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you just
Wow.
imagine, we just know about Kalash through, you know, those
Right.
I've been to
videos
Kalash
and
myself,
pictures
and I
on
know that they have a very different apparatus.
yeah, so all those people, they were on board. Just imagine they're all sitting together. And similarly, while developing, you know, Islamiyat curriculum, so all factions are sitting together. So it's not about, there are certain people who would say that this might create some intrafaith or interfaith problems, but I can tell you, with the instructions of obviously Minister Saab and Rafiq Tahir Saab, I mean, he ensures it too much that inclusion is there. And every point of view is coming in,
Yeah.
and then they're sitting together and they're saying what they want to. But at the end, when they're deciding something, when they're signing a document, that is always with consensus. It's not like majority vote or something. So it's a consensus thing. They finish with the bare minimum.
Okay.
So they talk about what are the commonalities. They don't talk about differences.
Right.
So if there is a difference between anything, so they can sort out at their homes.
And
School
And
is
the
not
kind
to
of-
promote differences.
The kind of respect they must be feeling, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so this
Which
is
is-
formal and informal. Both kinds of researches are coming in. So formal research,
Very
that
nice.
was with these countries, and informal, practical research, action research, like
And
Muhammad
qualitative
Rafiq Tahir-
research for that
Yeah,
matter.
Muhammad Rafiq Tahir Sahib, he did it in ministry, and he might tell you about it. That called 3 different, you know, students, one from the public sector, one from, you know, this our foreign certification,
Okay.
and one from madrasa stream, and they were given a contemporary topic, and they were just asked to discuss about it and come up with some, you know, something after an hour or 2 or some. But after a few minutes they came and they said, come on, but we can talk about it. So
Exactly.
our thinking, our ideologies falls apart. And we
Your
cannot
job
talk
is so
about it.
interesting. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
part of it.
It is obviously very interesting, and that you're learning every single day as well. The reflection of the vision of Prime Minister Imran Khan as well, President
Absolutely.
Dr. Arif Alvi, and the entire team at NCC as well, ladies and gentlemen. Please pray that you know that all of the entire team succeeds as well. The first phase has been implemented successfully as well, and this is something which me and Shiza, our entire team, talked about as well. And this is the way forward. And I don't know what's going wrong. with
It's
my
all
throat
right,
as
I'll
well, so
take
let
over.
Shiza do it. Yeah.
Right. So, well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, when over a period of few years,
happy.
because the Prime Minister is always he has, you know, long-term vision, right? So when over a period of few years, Shazad, when your kids grow up, and inshallah when I have my kids, and when they have a changed mentality and you know, conclusively an entirely new society, that is the Riyasat-e-Madina that we're now talking about, and inshallah you'll see that.
The next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves. There were a lot of people who used to say that, you know, you should actually come up with some masala on your morning shows. I think that today is the show. Today
It's
is
masala.
the day. Yeah, today is the day that we're actually going to kind of look back on the kind of hard work we've been putting in, and I think that
Absolutely.
wo jo
feel
amni
good.
jama pehana hai, wo aaj pehna diya humne,
Yes.
alhamdulillah. Look after yourselves. 1, 2, 3. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Take care.